on? All good? Okay, cool. Hi, this is Doug Ward from Tech Britain. Very happy to be in Dundee with the guys behind Tech Meetup Dundee. Thanks for your time, guys.
Pleasure to be here.
Can we just introduce yourselves first?
Yeah, I'm Kenny Lowe. I work at Bright Solid in Dundee.
Ryan Cormack, and I also work at Bright Solid in Dundee.
Okay. But so in terms of the Tech Meetup, where did that come about?
So we were at an event run by Interactive Tayside several months ago, and there was a lot of talk there about how we can get the community in Dundee to interact with each other more. And our head of marketing here mentioned that there's a tech meetup in Edinburgh, in Glasgow, in Aberdeen, and we realised there's no such thing in Dundee. So we went away from there and just sat down back to work and thought, well, why don't we just start it up then? And so we did. We just went out on Twitter, on Facebook, on Reddit, a few different places, and organised a bunch of people to come together in a pub. And it's grown from there. We started off with 20 odd people, and the last one was our third one, and we hit 65 or so there. So we're going to just keep on growing from there, and just keep getting people coming together and chatting in Dundee.
Fantastic. If anybody's not been to a meetup before, or they're thinking about coming down to this meetup, Ryan, how would you best describe it?
It's a really, really welcoming kind of environment here. We don't really push this is the hardcore tech. You've got to know a lot of it. One of our people give presentations at it, you're not allowed to put any code up on the screen. You're not allowed to use it anywhere. So you have to make it accessible to everyone, which is really, really great. It allows everyone, no matter what your tech background is, to come along and understand it.
Fantastic. And in terms of, if anybody's watching this and they're a little bit apprehensive, I know we've spoken to people before, is there a guy stood on the front door waiting for 20 quid to put in his hand? Like, what's the environment like there, the protocol?
No, it's completely free to come in, and there's free pizza and beer, and if that doesn't get people down, what will? Yeah, it's completely relaxed, completely casual. Just wander in, have a chat, meet like-minded people, watch a couple of interesting talks, have some free beer and pizza, and go on your way. But hopefully, make new connections, meet up, learn what's going on in the city, feel more that tech community in like stay in Dundee is our ultimate goal.
So on that basis, in terms of anybody who's watching this who's not been to the community of Dundee on a tech basis, or is an outsider looking in, how would you best describe Dundee's tech community?
Massively diverse. There's maybe a large stereotype for people looking outside of Dundee in it's just a games development city. Things like Grand Theft Auto and mining started down here. So that's maybe a perspective looking at something that we've maybe tried and keen to sort of change, although it's a great vision to have. But we have everyone in Dundee. We've got Bright Solid, who do a lot of social media, a lot of other hardcore technology, server hosting and things. We've got companies like
GFI. We have a whole load of different games development companies. Minecraft just got ported to the Xbox in Dundee. Loads and loads of different companies, and we've got Dundee University and Aberdeen University here, which are incredible centres for technology. And the last thing we want is for students to be going through there and not realising what community is all around them, going through their university career and then thinking, right, so where do I go now? Well, there's a big community in Edinburgh, a big community in London, I'll just move off there. No, we want them to know what's going on in the city that they've been studying in.
So I've got to say, we were speaking earlier off camera, Ryan, you were saying you're not originally from here, right?
No, I'm originally from Aberdeen, came down to Dundee to study psychology, which was great. It was a really, really good course at university, but something that I enjoyed to begin with, but sort of grew distant from. And then I really got into some sort of web development and photography around Dundee.
I mean, you've been quite modest there. You've got quite a cool story, man. Can we talk about that?
Yeah.
How you got into it?
I decided that I'd try and teach myself some HTML and CSS, and lots of late nights, a couple of pages through the W3C guides. Got a bit, not bored of it, but it was taking a long time, so I started teaching myself some WordPress. Didn't want to learn PHP, but learned how to change PHP to do what I wanted. And while I was doing that, I took up photography, and I started doing a lot of photography for local companies. Put the two together and did a lot of like photography and web branding and things for small businesses around Dundee. And from that, it led into a marketing type enjoyment for me, and I started doing some marketing at the local student union, which was really good.
I don't know if you can beat that.
I don't know if I can beat that. What's my tech background? I got my first computer age 4. I've not put one down since. I studied electrical and electronic engineering first at Heriot Watt. I went on to do network computing at Napier. I did a few years as sysadmin at Stevens Business Services, RBS, at DC Thomson, at Real Time World's Rest at Seoul in Dundee, game development company. And from there I moved into Bright Solid. But through it all, I've always been passionate about staying in Dundee. I went to Edinburgh briefly at RBS, and I enjoyed it there, but I always wanted to come back to this place where I had this sense of community and where I knew I could just wander into town and bump into someone I knew. I always found that difficult in the larger cities. That's kind of my background.
Cool. And I guess in terms of getting in touch with you, what's the best way? Are people cool to get in touch with you?
Yeah, we've got the Tech Meetup Dundee.
I think that's it.
Twitter account. We've got Dundee Tech Meetup .everything. I think .com is probably the best one to go on for a website that's slowly getting updated. And Ryan or Kenny at DundeeTechMeetup.com. Yeah, if you fancy using old-fashioned email.
Anybody's cool to get in touch.
Absolutely anybody, the more the merrier. And if anyone wants to get involved in helping out with the Tech Meetup as well, the more the merrier, because we want to diversify who's involved as well.
Guys, thank you very much for your time. Pleasure.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you.